Yeah, so our primary use is for all of our outbound email marketing campaigns, but we also do all of our registration and virtual event tracking through there, as well as it's pretty much the source of where all leads come through. So we take in leads from Marketo and pass them over to the CRM, and it's also the main deduping engine for our whole database as well. And then it handles a lot of not necessarily attribution reporting in the way that we would want to, but a lot of reporting requirements that we have as well. It's very scalable, so it's pretty flexible in terms of all of our requirements that we need to use it for. It's efficient, in my opinion. It's pretty easy to pick up and use, even if you haven't had previous experience with previous marketing automation platforms. Um, and what else? Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it. Well, the UI changes that they're rolling out slowly have been a really nice thing to see. It's been making it easier to use. I would like to see more improvements to the overall tool, just because, from what I understand, outside of the 5 year window that I've been using it, there really hasn't been that much evolution in terms of not only UI but new features in terms of what we've been asking for in the community, and then also just uh, I don't know how the right way, making it more consistent to use, I guess, like less unintended things that don't save, or if you're not truly clicking around to go back to see if your work was saved the way that it was, like that's kind of sometimes can be a challenge. And then also my biggest thing is having a recycling bin. So if you delete something, it doesn't just instantly go away. Like have a place where you can go back and take a look at what was deleted in like a 30-day window or something like that. Well, I'm biased because I've only used Marketo, so probably a 10. Where it's well suited is in our use case is like doing a global integrated campaign where you're tying in not only email, outbound email, but virtual events like webinars, and then also being able to follow up and tag and track based off of engagement. And then also we use MSI integrated into Salesforce, so giving the Salesforce like that visibility into marketing campaigns, what people are engaging with, what they're not engaging with. That's been extremely useful to us. There's cases where we would like to do, and we probably don't do it in the right way, but more personalized, not personalized, but less HTML based email marketing. Because I think now with the advent of like spam filters and just more security measures on the inbox, sometimes your emails don't get through in the way that you want them to. And there's been cases where we want to send an email that appears like it's a one-to-one kind of send, but it's one-to-many, and having that be like a successful kind of execution of it through Marketo. Um, so I joined Barracuda right when we implemented it. So I've only heard of all the challenges that it's kind of solved for us. But I think keeping everything kind of the single source of truth within Marketo and having all leads start in Marketo in terms of, coming from the web, like all the channels that we have, they all pass through Marketo and then go into Salesforce. So I think keeping the single source of truth the same place every time makes it a lot more consistent for us to understand what everyone's doing and also the engagement that people are having with our campaigns. Just a little bit of HubSpot, but only like the free version just to get myself, oriented with other platforms. But this is really my primary marketing automation platform. Um, I would say Marketo is infinitely better just because it seems more flexible than my limited experience in HubSpot for the use case of B2B email marketing. In the database that are marketable, probably 750,000. And I think our total database size is 1.1 or 1.2, something like that. So I wasn't a part of the buying decision, but I have heard that it is an expensive tool to use, um, pretty much because it's like that enterprise grade software. So from the Barracuda perspective, it's pricey for what it gives you, but for us it's still worth it. So we've renewed our contract, and it isn't like the main. It's not going to be the deciding factor whether or not we use it because we still continue to use it. Yeah, the Two, yes, and I wasn't involved with a little bit of it as well. But for my perspective, yes. A little bit of both of all that. I mean, we had professional services come and help us implement, and I think there was just um, maybe not misalignment, but there's some things that were, you know, uh, that we implemented that we didn't really end up using that were kind of based off best practices. But other than that, I mean, I would say 80% of what was implemented is used like on a daily basis. Yeah.